Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm doing this Vampy fall makeup look. I love the way it turned out. Today I just woke up and I felt so inspired to do something dramatic and fall and also cool tone because I feel like I've been straying more towards like warm tone looks. So I wanted to do something a little bit different today. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Please subscribe and let's get into it. So I'm gonna start off trying soap brows today. I've done it twice before and I thought that I would really try to do it good today. And so I'm just taking a bar of soap, a wet spoolie, and I'm really just grabbing some product off of here. I had some eyeshadow on this, gross. I saw Pixie Woo do this first, and then I saw Samantha Ravndal, and then I saw Desi Perkins do it, and it was like, all right, let's try this out. Let's see how this works because I'm into the natural looking brows. So let's try this. I'm just going to push these up. And it's supposed to just like put them in place so that you don't have to use eyebrow gel and also make them look really full and just natural looking. All right, I'm just gonna press them into my skin like so and let them dry. Now, I've tried this a few times using my Benefit pencil, which is like my new favorite brow pencil. And I feel like it tends to take away from the naturalness that the separation of the soap does to my eyebrows. So I went back and I watched a couple of the videos that I saw and they all seem to use like a gel or like dip brow or something like that. So I'm gonna see if I have some left from when I went through my dip brow phase and try that out and try to make it look very like, just like sparse, but not too sparse, if that makes sense. I'm gonna grab that. All right, so I found my dip brow. This is in taupe from Anastasia. And I do have my, I think this is the number 7 brush. I don't know, it's the one that's for dip brow, but the spoolie fell off. So I'm gonna use this with the pomade. So now I'm gonna try to make hairs. I usually like to extend this a little further, so I'm gonna try that with this dip brow that's pretty much dried out completely. I'm gonna try that, and then maybe with my concealer I can like clean it up so that it's a little bit more tapered and not so like super thick and full there. I like it. What do you guys think? I'm gonna use the Naked Skin concealer from Urban Decay to do this, and I'm just gonna bring it right underneath, clean up over here, and then I'm just gonna spread this down, and then I'm just pressing this all over the lid. This is also gonna help prime the eyes for eyeshadow. I'm still gonna go in with an actual primer just because I'm crazy, but you could honestly just stop here with priming if you don't crease that easily. I'm just gonna go in with Painterly from MAC, and now that my nails are so long I can't dig in here because it'll scuff it all up, so I have to use this brush, which is fine, just different. Not used to having long nails, but I've been loving it because I feel more ladylike. I've gotten some questions from friends on like how I grew out my nails, because if you know me, I'm a nail biter. And I don't know how I kicked the habit of biting my nails. I just stopped. I don't know. It's honestly been something that I've done my entire life, but I stopped biting them, and then I used that Jealous stuff that I talked about in a favorites video a few times. You can get it at Sally's, and you just apply 2 coats of it to your nail, and then your nail polish that you want to paint your nails with, and then in between each layer of your regular nail polish you put a coat of the Jealous stuff on, and then you do your top coat, and it seriously feels like you got a gel manicure at a salon. I go through a bottle a month honestly, but it keeps them nice and hard and it's helped me to keep them long. I just want to set this entire area with powder because I want the other shadows to lay over top very nicely. I'm just using the Kat Von D Shade Light Kit to do this, and I also kind of fade it through the brow to make it look even more natural looking. I'm gonna start with Bake Sale from Makeup Geek just because it's my new favorite transition shade, and even though it's like a warmer tone, it's just gonna be at the bottom of everything, so you're really not gonna see it that much. It's gonna give like a very light wash of warmth peeking out from the other stuff rather than looking like warm overall. I don't know, you don't have to use this at all, but just what I'm using. This is Bandwagon from Makeup Geek, and on the same brush, which is the E40 brush from Sigma, I'm gonna wash that through the crease as well, and it's really going to kind of cool it down a little bit, make it not so warm. I like never clean my eyeshadow brushes. This is like really warm shadow on here, so I'm gonna try to just like wipe it off on my hand. I'm gonna use this color right here from Makeup Geek. It's a super gray shade. It's called Faux Fur. And I'm taking it on my E35 brush from Sigma, and I'm gonna try to put this in the outer corner. Yep, just like this. And also into the crease, mainly on the outer portion. Always remember when you're using eyeshadows to try to hold back further on your brush. I can tend to scooch forward as I go, but I find that when you really try to pay attention to keeping your brush back here as opposed to right here, it can look a little bit better and more blended than if you go too close to the ferrule, which is this metal part. Because if you go too close, it's going to apply a lot more eyeshadow because you're applying more pressure. So when you apply a lighter pressure and just kind of build up the color slowly, it will look better overall. So even though like my middle finger is kind of touching the ferrule here, the holding point is back here towards the middle. You don't want to hold like at the very end because then you don't have like any precision at all with what you're doing. So towards the middle is probably like the best part. Just hit that sweet spot. This is one of my favorite outer corner shades for any kind of cool tone smoky eye. This color is Smoke from Anastasia, and focus. It looks like a regular brown, but it has a gray-ish undertone, and it's really, really pretty. So I want to use a pencil brush. I'm going to pick it right up here on my pencil brush, tap off the excess, and I'm going to focus this right in the outer corner, just like so. I'm kind of making that V shape. And then I'm just using a very precise brush to go in and blend it out a little bit. To deepen this up a little bit more, I'm gonna mix Americano and Corrupt from Makeup Geek. This is like a really, really rich warm brown, and this is a black, obviously. So I'm gonna mix those two together and just put this right there in the outer corner. All right, now that I've got all of this fallout, I'm just gonna take this brush and wipe it away if I can. There we go. I'm gonna take a mixture of these lighter two shades from the Shade and Light palette, and I'm gonna put that right on the lid to brighten it up, but I want it to be very matte. And I'm using this new brush from Makeup Geek. It's called the Foiled Eyeshadow Brush. I personally like it for matte eyeshadows more than shimmery shadows, but that's just me. I'm also gonna use that to highlight the brow. I'm quickly just gonna apply some eyeliner because I can't talk and do that, and you guys have seen it a million times, so I'm gonna do that and I'll be right back. All right, so for my face today, I'm gonna use the Cover FX Custom Blot Drops for oil control. So I'm gonna rub this into my T-zone area first, and then spread it everywhere else on the face, and I really love this stuff. I'm gonna use this. This is the new Anastasia Stick Foundation. I'm in the shade Ivory. It looks like I'm applying a lot, and I am, because I find that I need a lot to get the coverage that I want. I'm just gonna blend it in with my flat top kabuki brush from Sigma. I'm gonna go back in with the Naked Skin Concealer from Urban Decay. Put just a little here, a little here, dot it over there, under the nose. That's about it. I don't really need to highlight because I don't think it's that much brighter than me anyways. And I'm gonna use my favorite concealer brush. This is the C517 brush from Crown. I want to do a little bit of cream contouring. I'm using the Bobbi Brown foundation stick to do this. You can use whatever you want. I'm going to apply a lot here because this is where I feel like I need the most, and then just a little bit back here. If you ever apply too much like I did, you can just go back over with your foundation brush with whatever's left on it and just kind of stipple over the top. Next, I'm going to set my whole face. I'm going to use the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I've been loving this Hourglass brush for this. I just push it into the brush, tap off the excess, and I just push it into my skin, almost like I'm baking my whole face. But it's not like too intense. I'm just kind of, I don't know, maybe it is intense. I don't know. I just know that it helps with the oil, and I don't look cakey. It just looks natural and not oily. I always put more right here because this is where my oil tends to build up is right here on the cheek nose area. Ugh. And also on the forehead, majorly. And I kind of just go over and smooth it out so it dusts away any excess. It's kind of like laying on the top. I'm gonna apply a little bit of highlighter. I'm gonna use Moonstone from Becca. I haven't been like crazy highlighting recently, but this is one of my favorites. So I'm gonna apply it to the high point of the cheekbone here, and then with my finger to the center of the nose and the Cupid's bow. And even though this is a really light highlight, it's actually pretty natural on me because it's very close to my skin tone. So I like it. I just think it looks like I'm just glowing in those areas instead of like super beaming highlighted in those areas, which if you're going for that, go for it. But I'm just lately haven't been into that look on myself. So now I wanna go in with a different blush. What blush do I wanna use? All right, for blush, I'm gonna go in with an oldie but a goodie. This is Exposed Blush from Tarte. It is, if I can open it, so beautiful. It's just like a good nude shade. It's gorgeous. So I'm gonna use my favorite blush brush. This is the 168 brush from MAC, and I'm gonna put that on. All right, let's get this off my lips. Yuck. All right, moving back to the under eye area. On the inner corner, I'm gonna use that lighter, those lighter two shades from the Shade and Light palette, and I'm gonna put them right here on the under eye and really brighten up this area. All right, once I've got that how I want, I'm gonna take a little bit of nylon from MAC and just pop that right on the inner corner. I just want a little bit of shine in here. Then I'm gonna take that faux fur shade from Makeup Geek on this dome-shaped brush and rub that right underneath the eyes. It's like that was the second shade that we used. It's a grayish tone, but it's on the warmer side of a gray. Does that make sense? Then I'm gonna halo it under where we put that brightness on the inner corner. I'm gonna take a little bit of Bake Sale, that first warmer shade that we used, and buff this out. And now very, very precisely on the outer corner, I'm gonna use that smoke shade from Anastasia, just right there on the outer corner. And I'm almost angling it downwards, like that, so that's still really bright in here and that almost kind of cups underneath. Then you can go back in with that brush and start fading that so that it's not like a super harsh line. And then I'm adding a little bit of that Americano shade and that black Corrupt shade just to the outer part. All right, time for mascara. I'm using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. You can use whatever you have at home. For the bottom, I'm applying a ton to this outer corner where the dark is, and then very lightly kind of feathering it so that these inner lashes are just lightly being touched. And then it's just like super dark over here. I like that. And then I'm gonna take some black eyeliner, put it right in the outer part of that waterline, just right here in the outer part, and then kind of fade it and flick it in. For my eyelashes, I'm gonna use the Lashmopolitan lashes from Mosquito. They were the only ones that I had that were unused. The rest of them are all gunky and full of old glue. So, plus this kind of works out because they fan from like shorter to longer, so kind of goes with what I did today, so it kind of works out. I like that I didn't like crazy contour today. I'm just kind of like over it. I was talking with my boyfriend's mom. I'm just tired of like the makeup trends. I mean, I like the soap brow thing because they look super natural. I'm just like into more natural stuff. I mean, I love the way it looks when I'm contoured because it literally makes me look like 10 pounds lighter than I am. But I plan on losing some weight, so if I can do that, I'm probably gonna like slow it down on the contouring and highlighting just because I'm so tired of it. Honestly, I feel like I can't sit down and do my makeup like full glam unless I'm doing that. It's like that is so many steps and it's just a trend. It's not even like you have to do it. It's only been popular like the last like 5 years. Just saying. And that is with the eyelash and that is without. So beautiful. While my lashes are drying, I'm gonna move on to the lips. I'm gonna go in with my favorite Vampy lip combo that I have. This is Night Moth lip liner from MAC and Trust Issues liquid lipstick from Anastasia. So, oh, this needs to be sharpened and I don't have a sharpener. Shit. All right, we'll see how this goes because I don't have a sharpener. Alright you guys, that completes everything for this makeup look. I hope you liked the video. If you did, thumbs it up and let me know anything you want down below in the comment section. I'm always reading your comments and replying as often as I possibly can. If you end up recreating the look, please tag me on Instagram. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!